This market is relentless. Hey, thanks for tuning back in, guys. I want to talk about what's going on with the holiday market. Generally, we see everything sort of slow down during the holiday seasons, and although the most motivated buyers and sellers stick around, we are seeing a very different market now than we've ever seen in the past. So I also don't want to bore you with all the numbers and the statistics, because if you are truly motivated to buy or sell and you want my opinion, I'm happy to set up a time to talk with you and fill you in on what you need to know to make sure you make the best decisions. But today I just want to kind of give you a little bit of an overview. And I also want to tell you a quick story so you can kind of relate all the facts and understand what's really going on if I want to buy or if I want to sell. So let's start with inventory. Inventory is going to drop about 30% over the next 4 weeks. Now, inventory is already historically low. In fact, inventory hasn't been this low since I started my career in 2006. And we all know the basic rules of economics is supply and demand. When there's low supply, demand for that product goes up. And as inventory falls, demand for homes that are left on the market that look great, that are priced right, is gonna skyrocket because it's just slim pickings. The second issue I want to talk about is most economists are talking about how demand is falling. However, it's not what you think. So demand is falling because there's not as many buyers looking for properties now than there were pre-holiday season. So let me dive a little bit deeper into that. So what happens is during the holiday season, you have two types of buyers and two types of sellers. You've got the people that have to do something now, or they want to do something now. And then you've got the people that have been casually looking at properties. Maybe they'll buy if the right property pops up. They stalk properties, but they're not super duper motivated. And you've got sellers that are not super duper motivated, that are like, well, if I get my price, I'll sell it, but I don't really have to sell. I don't really have to move. So I'm not gonna price my home aggressively because I'm gonna see if somebody's willing to pay my price in a market that's super competitive, right? And then you've got the sellers that are like, I don't care what's going on, I've got to sell my home now because I've got a new job starting in Texas in February, right? So what we're seeing now is the people that are exiting the market, which is what's lowering demand, are the people that are not motivated, okay? So we're gonna lose about 30% of listings, and we're also gonna see about 30 to 40% of buyers are gonna exit the market so they can focus on the holidays, be with their friends, their family, their loved ones, and all that other fun stuff that comes along with the holiday season. Now, the people that are staying in it, the sellers that have to sell, are motivated. The buyers that have to buy, that wanna buy, are motivated because they too wanna spend time with their friends and their families and their loved ones during the holiday season, but for one reason or another, buying or selling a house is a higher priority for them. So when we talk about demand, overall demand in the county will fall because less people are looking and less people are selling. However, demand for individual properties is going through the roof. The third indicator is competition. So as a seller, you're gonna have a lot less competition during the holiday season. And as a buyer, you will have less competition as well. But keep in mind, the people who are still in it, your competition, is still gonna be very competitive. This market, like I said in the headline, it is relentless. Let me tell you a story. 4 weeks ago, I met with a client. She wanted to sell her home. When I did the analysis in her neighborhood, my professional opinion was that her home was probably worth about $820,000 on paper, right? I'm not a buyer. I don't have any emotional connection to her property. I'm just looking at the numbers and saying, okay, based on the market, based on the condition, based on how we're gonna price this home, based on what we're gonna do to prepare this home, and based on the inventory and based on the interest rates, my professional opinion is, your home will sell for somewhere around $820,000, give or take $5,000. So we did everything we had to do. We got the place ready. We priced it aggressively. If you know me, you know I like to get everybody's attention. So even though we knew we could sell the home for between $820,000 and $825,000, maybe $815,000, we decided to price it at $798,000 because what we wanted to do was we wanted to expose it to all the buyers out there that are looking at $800,000 or less. because as a listing agent, it's my job to expose this property to everybody out there looking, whether they can potentially afford it or they can't. The end result was bananas. We listed this property on Friday at 5 p.m. By 9 p.m., we had 15 scheduled showings over the Saturday and Sunday. By the end of Saturday, we had 31 showings scheduled for Saturday and Sunday. And now today is Monday, and we've had 37 showings on this property. We have 9 more scheduled in the next few days. We received 6 offers higher than the number that we thought we were gonna ultimately sell for. This home will very likely sell for $15,000 to $25,000 more than what we originally anticipated. So you're asking yourself, well, why? How were we able to do this? Well, a few things. If you're a seller out there, you need to understand that you're not going to sell your home for top dollar unless you show the buyers that you care about this property. I see it happen all the time. Sellers just put their home on the market and pray for the best price, but they don't spend any time in preparation. So we spent a lot of time, 5 weeks, preparing this home to look as good as it possibly could. We priced the home aggressively to get everybody's attention, and then we used a series of online and offline marketing strategies to get the word out, and it worked. And we're gonna sell for top dollar. So in a nutshell here, guys, if you're a seller and you're looking to sell, now presents an unbelievable time. My client was blown away of how aggressive the response from the market was during the holiday season. I mean, we're in December, and this is like springtime activity, which tells me that buyers don't care that it's the holidays, and that a lot of 40 people this week are trying to look at this one house. That means 40 people are looking in that area. And you know how many homes are available for sale? 1, my listing. That's it. So that's what supply and demand is doing. Homes are selling for ridiculous prices. So as a seller, it's a great time to consider selling. If you want to talk to me about how we leverage our strategies to get our clients the most amount of money, I'd love to have a conversation with you. But now let's switch focus to buyers, because my sellers are now buyers on this property, and they're gonna have a really hard time finding a great property that they feel good about, that they don't feel like they're overpaying on, and that's the biggest issue here. So for the buyers out there that are looking, one of the biggest concerns is, I don't wanna overpay for a property. What you gotta understand is, homes are gonna sell for what homes are worth to any specific buyer. And when I look at it, if I break it down to the lowest common denominator, you have buyers that win and you have buyers that lose. The buyers that win understand that the market's competitive. The buyers that win are pre-approved and ready to go. The buyers that win understand that a home may sell for more than what the appraiser actually thinks it's worth. The buyers that win understand that interest rates are what create affordability, not the price. And that's why we're seeing so many buyers willing to overpay for a property, because here's the deal, guys. Let's say this home sells for $840. How much do you think the next home is gonna come on the market for in that neighborhood that looks comparable? $840, $850, what do you think it'll sell for, $860? So what's happening now is buyers are understanding that if I don't get my offer accepted on this property, even if I'm paying more for it, I'm gonna have to pay way more for it later anyway. So let's rip the Band-Aid off and make it happen. The buyers that are losing are the buyers that are playing it small. The buyers that are losing are the ones that are saying, I don't want to overpay for a property. I'm going to wait for the market to fall. The buyers that are losing are not pre-approved. They're not prepared. So the moral of the story here, guys, is if you're buying a home or you're selling a home, this market is relentless, and it requires a professional agent and a massive strategy to get what you want. Thank you so much for watching. If you found any value in this video and you think somebody else might, send it over to them. If you found this on social media, give me some social media love. If you want to talk to me about buying or selling a home, I'd love the opportunity to talk with you. There's never any cost or obligation. We just want to kind of learn more about each other. And if you have any video ideas in the future that you want me to expand on, please send those my way as well. Also, I hope everyone watching, if you've made it this far, please have a wonderful holiday season. And here's to a great 2021. We've had a lot of challenges in 2020. I know it's been tough, but you're strong. We're gonna make it through this. If I can be of service in any way, please let me know. Until next time, happy selling.